Hi everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Swankivy's Asexuality Top 10. If you don't know the story behind what the top 10 is, just try and watch my introductory video and some of the other ones, because today we're on number 6, and I'm going to jump right into it. Number 6 is, you just never had me in your bed. Yes, that's a real reason, and it really is getting pretty popular there. People really suggest that the reason I'm not interested in sex is that I've never had them in my bed. Okay, sometimes this question is phrased in a slightly nicer way, like, what, you don't want to have sex? Well, that's probably because the people that you tried it with didn't know what they were doing, or that your experience is limited, or you had a lukewarm experience, so therefore you're soured on the whole thing for, the rest of your life. Where to start with that? Let me get this straight. So somebody has to show you a good time in bed before the switch flips on and you realize you like it? I mean, I didn't think that was how it worked. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you guys usually want it well before you actually do it? Aren't there a lot of people who haven't ever done it who are well aware of wanting to do it? I mean, I had been under the impression that you didn't have to be activated in bed. So maybe I've been wrong all these years, and it's like being a vampire. You have to have it passed on to you or something, but yeah, I think that's kind of ridiculous. Me not wanting it has nothing to do with me never getting a good experience with it. So that's kind of stupid. I think that maybe the reason I didn't enjoy what little I did do is because of a pre-existing reason. So doesn't that kind of make sense? So anyway, normally when people say this to me, say the reason you're not interested in sex is you've never had me in your bed, it actually is delivered with that much ego. They really they really think that they can turn me. So gosh, they're so sure. I'd show you, I'd sweep you off your feet, and they hardly know me, and yet they're absolutely positive that I would change my tune if I were to let them in. So, I guess this may be obvious, but some guys will see me as a challenge, and probably lesbians are very familiar with this too, that there are these guys who just know that even though historically people like me and people like lesbians have never been attracted to men, they're the guy that would change all that, and they just love that fantasy, which, yeah, it's a fantasy, because their philosophy, their whole plan of attack is to, like, get in front of us and start acting real manly, and it doesn't really take a genius to realize that if someone claims not to be attracted to manliness, there's not going to be any reaction if you stand there and take off your shirt or show us all kinds of displays of how tough you are or something, so obviously this is not going to work. So, we end up having to watch a lot of apes act dumb when we're not even attracted to that. There are the guys that think that I'm playing hard to get, which, I understand the concept and everything. I know there are some people who just don't want to be seen as easy, and so, they kind of maintain a little bit of distance, pretend like they're not so easy to get, so that they don't seem desperate, and I understand that. So maybe it's a little bit justified sometimes when a man hears me say that I'm completely uninterested and he can't process that, so he assumes that I'm playing hard to get. But what I want to know is, to these guys, what does no look like? Because I would think that continuing over a long period of time to show that it's not happening should equal no eventually. I can see a couple of misfires at the beginning, but eventually they should realize that that means no. So, unfortunately, their brains process, when women swoon and fall for them, they process that as yes, and then they process the distant reaction, or the lack of reaction, they process that as hard to get, plain hard to get. So I guess I'm just going to have to kick them in the nuts in order to actually mean no. Anyway, I really don't need someone to show up and tell me that they're going to change my mind. Oh yeah, that they're going to change the way I think, because it's not about changing my mind. It's not my mind that decided to make me not interested. It's just how I am. So, it's just like gay people don't decide to be gay, they feel gay. And sometimes their mind doesn't want them to be. Sometimes they fight it their whole life. They wish that they were heterosexual because it would make things easier. And, you have to be kind of brave to decide that you're going to listen to what your body is telling you. And that's what I'm doing too, I know what I feel, and I've decided to look on the bright side about it, and be happy that I'm well adjusted, and that I don't need to be like everybody else in order to be happy. So I really don't think my life needs adjustments from some guy I don't know coming in and telling me that he knows what I need, or that I would change how I feel or how I think or how I act because of a penis with a little bit of brain attached, So, I fail to see why I would ever entertain the possibility of having any kind of relationship with a person who's arrogant enough to say that they can define what love is to me and define what I really need. So, any guy that comes up to me and says that the reason I'm not interested in sex is because he's never been in my bed, certainly never going to get there. And he's probably not going to get into my life at all. So, you struck out, buddy. And that's all I have to say about that.